Guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am filming this makeup look using a bunch of new products that I have recently been gifted or that I bought. So if you want to know how to get this look right here, then just keep on watching. First start by moisturizing my face, and this is a new moisturizer that was gifted to me, and it is a Hydrating face cream by Bobbi Brown. And my face is actually like super dry nowadays with the colder weather. So then I'm also going to take my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. If your lips are dry, even if your lips aren't dry, you're sleeping on this mask. It's like the best $20 I've ever purchased. My lips have never felt more hydrated, and especially when I use this at night, in the morning, my lips are so supple and like plump, and I'm just like, yes girl, yes. So now that we've done all that, I'm going to take Bomb Ass Brows by Miss Desi Perkins. She collabed with Benefit, and I do love the Precisely My Brow pencil by Benefit, and this comes with that. It comes with full size Precisely My Brow, high brow, a brush, the setter, and the foolproof brow powder. I'm going to take the pencil and I'm going to start to fill in lightly. Lately I've been in more to a more subtle brow, trying to fill them in as lightly as I can and start creating the bottom line. So when my mom's on like FaceTime video chat, she screams like if they can't hear her. So if you can hear her conversation, excuse her. And I also have started filling in my brows and just kind of like following the natural shape of them. Back in the day I used to want big full brows, and which I still do want them, but my brow technique was not on point. Okay, so kind of when I get there, I'm like, I like my brows. This is what I'm working with. And I also, like, once I use all my powder and like all my face makeup, my brows kind of disappear. So then I go back at the end of my makeup routine and fix my brows. Alright, so this looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to move on to face. And what I'm going to do is use my YSL Touch Perfecting Primer. But what I do is I take it and I apply it on below my eyes, and this just really smooths everything out there. What I am going to do is take this highbrow and apply that to the highest point of the brow bone, and I'm just going to take my finger and so now I'm going to take this, this product is actually new. This is the Fenty Pro filter, and I'm going to apply that to my eyelids. I did not use eye primer before, but I was reading on like a lot of makeup pages that you can do whatever you want, but I had some money to spend and I didn't have any eyeshadow primers, so I decided that I would buy some. So with this eye primer, you kind of apply it and then let it set for a little bit. So for today's eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Smokey Crystal eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. It's actually really pretty, and it was gifted to me by my cousins, Sab, Pearl, and Jax. This was my graduation gift from them, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So the first color I am going to jump into, and I'm going to be using a Morphe M53, is this shade right here, which is a pale rose shade. And what I'm going to do with that shade is I'm going to grab it on my fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply that on the crease. And for today's look, I'm going for a smoky eye. Not a full-blown smoky eye, in my opinion, but it's still, I think it's still like day wearable, but again, that's my opinion. So I'm going to keep it low. So once I've let that eyeshadow primer sit for a little bit, start applying that into the crease. And so I'm keeping that low and applying it from the outer crease to the inner crease. And I'm also not smoking it out. I'm keeping it as close as I can. Okay, so I kind of really do enjoy this eye base, because first of all, the shade is like super pale rose, and I feel like on my skin tone sometimes that doesn't show up. But I feel like with this eyeshadow base, it kind of just really enhances the color, and it's showing up. So and when I'm blending, I like to apply light pressure. That way I ensure I have no harsh lines. So now I'm going to take another fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this hot chestnut eyeshadow and a little bit of that one, and again applying it to the outer crease and kind of going midway. And then with light pressure, kind of bring it in here. Okay, so I look something like this for now. Now with my finger, I'm going to take Sugar Plum, and it's a chrome metal eyeshadow. And I'm going to take that on my finger and start packing it on the lid. I'm taking my Sephora crease brush, and I'm going to start going from the outer corner to the inner corner and blending to my liking. And when I do this here, I definitely go in with a lighter hand, and I'm just kind of blending out the harsh lines, again to my liking. I'm going to take a little bit of that darker color, the chestnut, and just kind of bring that back and forth. So now I go ahead and take a break from the eyes, and I move on to complexion. I personally, I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I'm the way that I am, okay? But for foundation today, I'm going to be using Cover FX and Nars. This one's too light, this one's too dark, so I use a mixture. Just taking my beauty blender and start blending that out. Alright, so once I've blended out all of my foundation, I move on to concealer. And for concealer today, I'm also mixing two. I'm first going in with the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Concealer. The shade is Sassafras. This shade here is kind of like basically my shade. So I'm going to go into one that brightens me up. I take the Estee Lauder Waterproof Double Wear in the shade 3W Medium, and I apply that to like the inner corner to really just brighten my under eyes up. And then I take very little and kind of mix it in the other places that I... Alright, so now I take my beauty blender again. And I kind of just really focus on the inner part first to make sure I get that all blended. And then I take it. And I like to clean up my eyeshadow here when I do that part. So now I'm going to take this Patrick Starrr set powder. I heard a lot of stuff about this powder, and I personally don't like translucent powders because I think that it kind of leaves a white cast and then flashback. But girl, let me tell you, this powder is like really, really good. I feel like it makes my face look flawless, and right now my foundation is kind of too dark for me, so it toning down my foundation kind of works out for me. So I'm just taking a small detailed brush right now, and I'm just gonna set the under eye first. Now it comes with a little cute powder puff, and so I take that and I go into town. Have y'all ever seen Patrick Starrr set his face? He goes in. Ooh, girl. So making sure I'm all set. So for my next product, I've used this. I used my Patrick Starrr in this next product on Christmas, and I took pictures on Christmas, and girl, I looked flawless. I looked at myself and I was like, who is that? Okay, so I have problems with contouring shades, bronzing shades, because either they're I feel like they're muddy. I couldn't find something. So my sister was like, you really need to try the Skin Mineralize Finish by MAC. And so my uncle and aunt blessed me with some gift cards, and that's why I went in at MAC. So I did get the Mineralize Skin Finish in the dark deepest, and girl, I love this stuff. I don't know why I didn't listen to my sister sooner. Probably because she's wrong most of the time, but thanks, sis. Okay, so I'm just going to take a brush and I'm going to start bronzing my face. And what I like about this product is that you can really just build it up and it still looks like super natural. Okay, now going to the other side. How cute am I? The cutest. Okay, so now what do we have left? Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead. What I like to do once I've set my face, once I've done my foundation, set it, and my bronzer is I like to go in with a facial mist, and this is the Badescu, and it's the green aloe cucumber and green tea. So I go ahead and just give myself a nice refresh. I really like doing this. I feel like it makes my skin look flawless, and it also makes me feel hydrated again. Shout out to all the people who gave me makeup for graduation. That was also a gift. Y'all don't know how much I needed new makeup in my life, and forever grateful for that. Okay, so now what do we have left? Okay, girl, we look good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take highlight, and Z palettes are my new best friend. I depotted a bunch of eyeshadows and highlighters, and I like how it got rid of a bunch of palettes, and I could size down to only 3 Z palettes, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so now I'm going to take this highlighting shade, and this is from the Kylie Cosmetics in the Cocoa collection, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply blush. And I'm going to go into the Anastasia blush trio. And I'm going to take these two pinkier shades and apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Okay. Okay, so before I finish off the eyes, I'm going to go back into the facial spray. And I don't go too crazy this time because I used two. I lock in my face makeup with the AllNighter spray by Urban Decay. Okay. So to finish the last touches of the eyes, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go into this like kind of dome shaped brush and give myself a blend on the outer corners. Okay, so one of the other new products I'm using today is an eyeliner by Bobbi Brown, and I'm going to apply that on my lower lashes and then smoke it out. Cute, huh? And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to take that hot chestnut color and start smoking that out. Kind of giving myself a little subtle smoke on the lash line. And I don't bring it down too much because it's my natural smoke look. Okay, so now to really finish off the eye look, I'm going to take, not that one, but this one, my Monsieur by Lancome mascara, Monsieur Big. And like this is my all-time favorite mascara because it keeps my lashes up and curled. Okay, wow, do you see the difference in my eyes? Cute, huh? I'm going to take two lip liners. One is a nude and one is a brown. The nude one is Hover by MAC, and what I use the nude one for is to kind of define the Cupid's bow in the bottom. This is where I overline to make my lips look poutier. Just right there, that is where I use the Hover lip liner. And then I go in with Chestnut. Wipe that off. And then I go on to the outer. So I know I look crazy right now, but then I take my Glossbomb, and this is, I had the Glossbomb before but I lost it, so I got a new one, and I decided to get this shade Fussy. And I take my Glossbomb and I go in. Just really blending in that brown lip liner. That's it for the finished look. I did go back and fix my brows off camera. I just added some brow pomade to kind of make them come back to life. Fix my hair. Added some hoop earrings, and this is the finished look. If you guys enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.